All right, it's certainly feeling like the holidays now that we've got our seasonal weather in your forecast, and it's just a gorgeous day today outside. Not too many clouds in the sky. We do have a few, but otherwise wall-to-wall sunshine. That's at least helping with these cold temperatures and a breeze. Right now we're at that 45-degree mark. It feels a little closer to 39 because of the wind factored in, and we continue with those winds out of the north-northwest, but you'll notice they are starting to shift a little bit eventually to the west tomorrow. So we continue with our overnight lows going to be much colder than we were this morning. In just a few spots on the North Shore, upper 20s for actual temperatures instead of your feels like temperatures, and then freezing conditions through the river parishes as well. One more weather impact alert as a result. That'll be with us into the morning until 9 o'clock. So most of these alerts go into effect at midnight, and then we see them continue until 9 a.m. or so. We do have a cold weather advisory still in place for the Mississippi Gulf Coast and a part of the North Shore here, including Slidell. Otherwise, we're going to see the rest of this area revisited tonight at midnight until 9 a.m., just like our freeze warning for tomorrow, which is including the river parishes. So that means you still need to protect those pipes north of the lake, and it's a good idea to protect them in the river parishes as well. We'll talk about what you can expect, about 25 to 30 degrees for a 6 to 8 hour freeze. Now, usually pipes are a problem in the 25-degree range. I don't think we're going to be quite that cold, probably closer to 27 or 28, but you want to just take precaution in case. As we approach the river parishes, closer to probably 29 or 32 degrees for 1 to 3 hours, so a bit of a light freeze comparatively. Down toward the coastline, no concerns for freezing conditions or frost. We might have a little more frost in the metro, but we are going to have less wind tomorrow, and that should allow for a little bit more frost to develop. So you might want to add a couple minutes to your drive time as you're warming up the car and getting out the door. Right now, we're in the 40s, not too far off of 50 degrees up in Bogalusa, Mandeville, Hammond, and LaPlace, but we are a little bit cooler here in the metro itself, and we've seen quite a jump from this morning's lows that were in the 30s. Our wind speeds are the reason it still feels so cold out there with this constant breeze. So somewhere between the teens and the 20s, we've also got gusts into the 20-mile-per-hour range as well. Your forecast topping out around 50 to 51, and we'll see those 40s returning into the overnight hours before, again, the bitter cold sets in. So 26 as the low on the North Shore, 34 for our South Shore locations. Again, those winds down to about 5 or 10 miles an hour, probably allowing a little bit of frost to develop. So you will need to think about the 4 Ps north of the lake and in the river parishes. Otherwise, areas South Shore oriented can just think of the 3 Ps, people, pets, and plants. I would bring the plants inside as a precaution on the North Shore. You can get away with covering them on the South Shore. That should be fine. And the good news is we won't have to worry about this into the rest of your week. So we are ending 2025 on a cold note, to say the least. Here are your morning lows for Wednesday. Again, 27 or so on the North Shore, 29 for the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We'll go with about 29 for Thibodaux, 30 in Houma, 31 in Reserve. So all those areas, including Belle Chase, below freezing. Otherwise, the lakefront, Kenner, the Galliano area should be right above freezing. And then at the southernmost tip of the boot, we'll see the same thing. Starting to warm into your Thursday, and that'll be the case especially Friday into Saturday as well. We look fantastic for the fireworks and the fleur-de-lis drop as we approach midnight on New Year's Eve. And our high temperatures are really going to change as we get into the weekend, 60s to 70s, and then we'll have another little front that comes through without much of a problem, back to the 60s next week. So again, big improvements on the way after we get past tomorrow. Here's your 7-day forecast. It looks altogether pretty nice. Tough to complain. We're certainly starting the year off warmer than usual.